Hello, my name is Trydar, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build 3 sizes of Viking ships in Minecraft. Let's get started. Okay, let's take a closer look at the ships in question, see if you want to build them. Start over here with the smaller one. Of course, we have some Viking shields on the side here and some oars on either side of the ship. As best we can make oars in Minecraft, we just have some half slabs and a random horse down there for some reason. Moving on. We have some sails. On the large one, we have 2 sails. And on the medium-sized one over here, we just have one sail, but a couple of more oars and shields on the side here. So as you can see, as the ships get bigger, we have more oars and more shields on them, and a couple more sails. Of course, on the front here, we have a dragon's head. You know, as best we can replicate a dragon head with as few blocks as we have to work with, and a little curly Q on the end here as well. So if you want to build some of these in a body of water in your Minecraft world, I think they would be a fine addition. So let us now go over here and take a look at the reference models out of the water. We will start over here with the red warship models. As you can see, these here do not have the oars. I'll be showing you how to build the ship separate from the oars, but I will double back on that at the end of the video. Now, as you can see here, let's go over here to this next section where I have cut them in 2 because all of these ships are symmetrical around their center line. So you can see them in profile here as we go along. Now, down below here, there are some cargo holds. In general, the Viking ships did not have this deep of a draft. However, they did have storage compartments below the main deck. But, you know, I mean, since this is Minecraft, we have to scale things for the player. So we need 2 blocks in general, and that's for the large one. Of course, as we get smaller in the ships, they just only have a 2-block tall little crawl space and a little tiny space down here for this ship as well. And there's just enough room here for you to say place, you know, maybe a couple of chests or something, or some shulker boxes down there to use as storage. Say if you wanted to use one of these as sort of an outpost base, you could do that in your world. The models I'm going to be showing you how to build are the blue sails here. And I'm doing that because this is just the bare ship and it does not have the shields on the side or the oars, which I will double back on that at the end of the video. But I think it would be less confusing if I show you these ships without that because they are already a very complicated shape. So I don't want to do things too quickly. So we have the blue ships cut in half in profile here as well in the reference world. And over here we have additions of oars also. And this over here is an oar, by the way. It's just a couple of half slabs arranged like this here. And they're just stuck on in the middle, and then every other block leave a little air gap, and then you can put the oars in like that there. And I have reference models here showing you this for all of the 3 types of ships. As you can see, we have 5, 7, and 9 oar variations. So I've tried to give you every kind of configuration here that I think you might want to use. So with all of that said and the tour of the boats complete, let's take a look at the first little boat here. We will start with the small one and then do the medium and do the large one. Now the tutorial, as you can see, is formatted in the following way. We will be building this slice by slice, sort of like a 3D printer, from the ground up. And we will be doing this in 1-block increments. So in other words, every next slice we go will be 1 block taller than the previous one, because this is a very complicated shape, so I've broken them down in that way. First, let's take a look at the bill of materials you will need to construct one of these small boats. It's not too bad. You will need 35 oak wood planks, 84 spruce wood planks, 81 oak tree bark blocks, the ones with the bark on all 4 sides, 34 wool blocks, and 18 blue wool blocks for the sails. You can use any color of wool you want here for the blue if you want to, say, have red sails or maybe yellow sails. You will need a few torches, 3 ladders, 37 oak fences, 7 spruce slabs, 8 tripwire hooks, 15 spruce stairs, and 14 spruce fences. Alright, so let us start with the first phase over here, which we will be laying the keel for our ship. And you will want to do this some blocks underwater. Actually, let me go back over here because I'm sure I'm going to get this question, so let me cover it now. In general, the water line for this is going to be where the oars touch the water here. And this is going to be several blocks underneath the water here. So let's take a look at the small one first. Over here, as you can see, this one is sitting 3 blocks down in the water, like so. The medium-sized ship is going to be sitting, I think, also 3 blocks down in the water, as you see here. And the large one over here is going to be sitting 4 blocks down in the water. So when you're building the keel over here for this little small one that we're just about to build, you want to make sure that you build it 3 blocks down in the water. And let us continue with the tutorial over here. Alright, so the keel. It is going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks of your oak bark blocks, like so. And then on top of that, you will want to put a couple of bark blocks on either end. And then some spruce wood, as you see done here. So I'll just show you this from the side and from the top. Very simple. The next phase after that, you are putting a couple more bark blocks and then spruce blocks, like so here. And I filled this one in. I think you could leave this one if you wanted an extra space there, like that there. And as we go along, I'm using the red wool sort of like a laser pointer, by the way, to just point out all the blocks so you can see the general shape as we have it there. So here is this one from the top. We've got a spruce cross beam and a couple of ladders in there now, arranged like this here. And the bow is pointed this way, by the way, to our right as we go. So here is a side profile view for the next phase. And I believe it's at this level we are putting on the deck blocks as well, like this here. And we have our entrance here at the stern to the little cargo section. So let's go down in here, have a little look around. We can get past the ladder. Very simple space down here, just enough for a couple of chests or a bed or something. Over here on the next phase, we are putting in some of the deck railing with the spruce fences. The spot for the mast right in the middle there. And let me just sort of show you this in profile along here. Remember, as we go, just pause and replicate what you see on the screen. And of course, one side of the hull is the same as the other side. As I said, it's symmetrical. So I'll show you this from the top down. Right there, all right. Let's go to the next phase. We'll take a look at this one starting from the top down. Although the details on this, we just finished this layer, so we're just putting on some details with some stairs, and we're using some tripwire hooks on either side of this section of the stern, and also for the bow up here as well. So I'll show you all that there in profile. As you can see, we're using now oak fences to approximate ropes. Since we don't really have ropes that we can just attach in Minecraft, at least not yet, we're having to make do with oak fences, as you see done here. And now we're adding a bit of the lowermost portion of the sail. So let me just show you that from the top down. And now close-up views of the sides here of the stern section here. You want to be placing your fences like this here to attach to our sails and also to our mast. And the bow of the ship here. All right, not too bad. Over here, next phase, this is the stern section where we're making the little curlicue on the end. A couple more fences here, another block of mast, and a bit more of sail, as you see constructed like so. All right, here's the bow section. A few half slabs flaring out here for our dragon head, like so. All right, next phase, we are finishing off, I believe, the curlicue on the end of the stern here. A few more oak fences. A bit more of the sail. More oak fences, and the lowermost portion of the dragon head at the front here. Of course, if you want to make a bigger and more ornate dragon head, if you have a design for that, you can feel free to add it here. We finished with the curlicue on the end, as I said here, so we got a bit more fences here, a bit more of the sail, more fences over on this side. You can see where these are headed. And we are finishing off the dragon head on the front here. We just got this little gap in here to represent sort of the eyes of our dragon. Like so. I mean, you know, it's Minecraft. We only got a couple of blocks, so you have to use your imagination on this one. All right, next phase, we're just dealing with the mast and the sails now. So you want to build all that like you see done here. We're curling in our sails on the corners just a little bit on this level. And on the next phase, we're connecting our fences to our mast and our sail. Like so here. And then again, we are putting, I believe this is a yard arm on top of that here. I'm not really sure on my sailing terminology. That might be completely wrong. But in any event, you want to build it out like you see done here. All right, so next phase, we're just putting on a couple more fences and blocks, 2 little half slabs on either end of that there for our sail. And then on top of that, another bark block, and then 4 tripwire hooks on either side of that there, just for decoration and ornamentation, really. And you can finish the entire thing off with just 1 more oak fence here, and then 1 torch on top of that there. And your small Viking ship will be complete. All right, not too bad. Now let us go to the second ship. We will be covering the medium-sized ship now. And we will, of course, take a look at the materials list. Before we do so, you will need 48 oak wood planks, 133 spruce wood planks, 99 oak tree bark blocks, 36 blocks of wool, 38 blocks of blue wool, a few torches, 6 ladders, 61 oak fences, 7 spruce slabs, 8 tripwire hooks, 15 spruce stairs, and 10 spruce fences. So as you can see, the materials for all 3 of these ships are exactly the same. It's only the numbering of these that is going to matter, but some people like to have exact counts of this. So that is why I provide that. So our medium-sized ship, we will of course start at the bottom here with the keel. If you remember, I showed you, I believe this is also 3 blocks underwater at this point. And the underside of the keel is going to be 5 bark blocks long. Okay. So over here on top of that, you then want to place spruce and then 4 bark blocks on either end of that there. And then on top of that, we will be placing bark blocks, 2 of these on either end, I believe. And then spruce all the way from there down to here on either side, along with a couple of ladders, because this is going to be our very small cargo hold down here. All right. So from the top down, here is the next level up. As you can see, we are on either end placing 2 more oak bark blocks, and then spruce blocks on top of those. And let me just sort of trace this out for you. So that's 2, then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this looks like 7, then another 5, and then 2. Like that there. On the next level up, we are building out also the deck. So let me just trace this out for you real quickly. That was what, a 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 4, 3, and 2. To get the basic shape of the hull there, and just replace that with a spruce and oak wood blocks on the sides and the ends around here. All right, next level up, we are now placing in some of the deck railing. And you're doing this just straight on top of these. You are placing on the fences there. And then 3 blocks here, then 2, then 3, and then 2 here for the stern. And I believe the dimensions for the bow are the same. And we're also placing out the lowest portion of the mast here again, like you see. And let's move on to the next phase here. So we have our oak fences again for ropes at this level. We have our mast is continuing upwards. And let's just take a look at this from the top down, so you can see it all in profile at a glance. And from the bottom here as well. A view of the stern here. And the bow up here as well. And at this level, you're mostly just placing these blocks here at the front there, and also at the back here, like that. All right, next phase, you're placing in some more of these ropes here on the sides, a couple of ropes at the back here, along with 2 tripwire hooks. And from this point, if you built a smaller one, you will notice the curlicue at the back and the dragon head at the front. These are copied and pasted between the ship designs. So if you built one of these, say on the last phase, you are building copies of those again already, as you see done here. So next phase, let's start at the stern, work our way forward. We have the ropes being done like this here. We have the lowermost portions of the sail being done like this here. I think you can see how that works. And the bow up here as well. All right, next phase, the stern of the next level up. Back here with its ropes. The sail just being extended straight up with the wool blocks of whichever color you chose. And over here, of course, the prow with the dragon's head being built again, and the oak fences for ropes. All right. Next phase, we finish off the stern back here. A little bit more rope a bit more of sail. We are extending our sail forwards a little bit to sort of give the impression that it is billowing outwards in the wind, as they do. And ropes on the side here, and the dragon head at the front, as you see done here. All right, the stern is completed, so we are just building a little bit more rope here. And rope on the front. And extending our sails directly upwards along with the mast behind it, like you see done here. And we finish off our dragon head prow again, according to the same pattern that we did the first one with. All right, over here we've got a little bit more rope. Rope on the front. And a little bit more sail as well. That's being all extended straight up again. I think also again over here at this level where we do yet a little bit more rope, more sail, and a little bit of rope. And next phase, same drill, rope over here. A little bit of a different pattern for the top of the sail. And a tiny bit more rope there as well. So over here again, we have rope, sails, and rope, like you see done here. And over here again, we are almost done with the sails and the rope, finally. Show you this from below here. And from the front here. All right, we are now connecting our rope to our mast on both sides. As you see done here with the wooden cross thing across here. Finishing off our sail. And on top of that, according to the previous sail that we built, we are building more half slabs. Connecting the rope at the top here. And then placing on some more tripwire hooks, as you see done here. And then one more fence and a torch. And your medium-sized Viking ship will be complete. All right, we are now ready to tackle the big one. As we go all the way back here to the front, we will start, of course, with the keel. Remember, for this one, we are building this one now, I believe, 4 blocks underneath the water. So that is where you will be starting this. And this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks long for the bottom of the keel of the large ship. On top of that, on either end, you are placing 3 blocks of bark over here. Then 3 blocks towards the bow. And then over here, spruce according to this pattern here. All right, next phase. Let's take a look at this from the side. 2 bark blocks and then spruce. Then 2 bark blocks on the front here. Let me just count this out. That's what, 3. Then 5. Then 3, 5 again, and 3 here again. And there you go. So over here, a little bit more of the hull. We are building 3, and then 4, and then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 4, and then 3 here to get this level of the hull, like you see done here. Over here again, we have what? 3, and then 4, then 4 again, then 5, then 4, 4 again, and then 3 here. So I'll just show you the shape from the exterior here. And from the insides here as well, we do have some additions. our ship is now big enough that we can add some cross beams of oak bark blocks here in the middle for just a little bit more added detail. And on this top level here, we are adding in the decking. So let me trace that as 2, 4, 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 4, and 2 to get the final shape of the hull, like so. And then down below here, as you see. So next phase, we are adding in the deck railing, as well as the double masts that we have here. I don't know if the Vikings ever made double-masted ships, by the way. I thought I saw one, but it may just be a conjectural design. But remember, these are more for fun than absolute historical accuracy. So back here at the stern, that's 2, 4, then 3, then 1, then 3 here, and leave a gap for the railing, then 3, 1, 3, 4, and 2 there for that from the top down. All right, next phase, I believe we have finished all of this over here. Like so. Well, I broke it. Let us look at the stern here, and we are building in these sections with the raised bark blocks with 2, and then 3, 4, and then 3. And then over here at the front, it's the reverse of that, 3, 4, 3, and 2, like so here. So let me just show you this from below. We want to have our ship sort of curving up in the front and the back. And this is as best we can do to achieve that effect with blocks. As you see done here, there are a couple of places in here we are putting in now ropes for the oak fences, as you see done here on the front and the back. So next phase over here, we have some tripwire hooks, a little bit of rope, and we are building out another curly thing on the end back here. We are extending up our ropes on both sides. We have another set of ropes here in the middle. The bigger our ship gets, the more rope we have. And some tripwire hooks on the bow up here. All right, next phase. Here's what the rope looks like at the back. And we are now putting in the lowest portions of the sail. As you see done here, the sail at the back and the sail at the front. Both of these sails are copied and pasted to each other, by the way. So once you build one sail, you will know how to build the shape of the second sail. And the rope at the front here. All right, moving along, we have the stern section here with its rope. The shape of the sail here in the middle. The second sail in front of that one with its attached ropes. And the rope at the bow with the dragon head here. All right, back here, if we're finishing off the stern section, we just have the rope here. We're going to be talking about that rope for a while. And we have the sails according to this pattern here, billowing outwards in the wind. And the rope at the front here with the almost completed dragon head prow at the front here. All right, next phase here is the rope at the back like that. A bit more of the sail. I believe the sail is mostly just being extended upwards right now. Both of them exactly the same. the rope at the front here, and the now finished dragon head prow at the front. So from this point onwards, we will be focusing only on these ropes and on the sails. The sails were just extended straight up like you see there, with a little bit of rope at the front. Another block up, we have a little bit more rope and more sail, as you see done here. More rope. The sails are now curving back inwards a little bit, like you see done here. Back here, more rope, more sails, and the rope is actually being attached to, I think, the front sail at this level. All right, over here we are now finished building the sails. We're putting on the wooden cross thing, and we have some rope that is going to be stretching in between the sails, as you see done here. And here's the rope at the front. So let me just give you a good view of the whole thing. Sort of pause here and take stock to see if we got our sails in the right shape. Of course, if you have a couple of blocks one way or the other, that's completely fine. Do not worry about that, especially on these ropes, like so. We want to have the half slabs on the ends here. And our ropes are now connecting all the way along the length of the ship, as you see done here. And over here, we are putting, again, the trip bar hooks on all four sides, as you see done there. And then, of course, on top of that, 2 more fences and 2 more torches. And once that is up, your large Viking ship will be complete. But we're not done. We need to go back and take a look at the positions for the oars and the shields. Now that I have shown you the bare ship, without those things, let us go back and take a look at first the positions of the oars. So I already told you how to build an individual oar. Over here with the half slabs. Very simple, just like that there. And let me show you the positions that I chose for these. They, as you can see, they start in the middle, and then every other block you can start building an oar. And in some places they will kind of touch, and that's okay. We just have to get the general shape of the oars. So for the medium-sized one, we have 7 oars. You just build in the middle with an oar, and then extend them back here, and just have them touch the hull in whatever positions they come into contact with it. And over here for the large ship, we have 9 oars. And of course, you just start in the middle, work your way back, and then work your way forward, adding 4 oars on either side of that there. So from below, here is where they connect to the ship here. And from the top down there as well. All right, and over here, here's a model of oars with the Viking shields. Now for these, I have had the Viking shields, they will overwrite wherever an oar is supposed to go. Like there would ideally be another half slab of spruce there, but I prefer to have the entire shield there instead of the oar, so we just kind of do that there. And as you can see, these are just arranged with simple crosses of obsidian or possibly black stone or whichever color, and upside down stairs on all 4 sections like that there. They're very simple to do, but I'm just showing you here the positions that I've chosen to place these along the ship so you can get an idea of where you want to place them. So we'll start with the big one here. Let's take a look at this from the other side. So if you've already built your ship, you will, I think, readily be able to see where to place the shields along your hull. Like so. Of course, if you prefer to have different colors of shields, you can mix and match changing out the obsidian for maybe some more red. And have a different color of stair there if you so desire. Over here, let's take a look at the medium ship where we put the shields on that one. So here are the shield positions. Like here. And along back here at the back. And the front here. Alright, and simplest of all, we have just 4 shields on the very smallest of craft that we have made here. On the outside and the insides over here as well. So that concludes the Viking ship tutorial. Remember, if anything was unclear in the video, the world here that I've shown you today is available for download in the video description, so you can come here and take a look at all of the ship models for yourself. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.